2025 is shaping up to be a dream year for game releases. From epic battles to jaw-dropping graphics, the first half of the year alone is packed with incredible releases. Let's chill, relax, and explore 10 must-play games coming your way in 2025. From the creators of It Takes Two, Split Fiction drops players into a vividly realized sci-fi universe, where two powerful factions are locked in a tense, unpredictable conflict. It's a game that promises to blend deep storytelling with exhilarating action. In Split Fiction, you're playing as a couple of writers, which is an interesting concept, navigating complex political alliances and deciding how to shape the destiny of your character.
And Zoe,
You'll be using futuristic weapons, manipulating cover, and exploiting enemy weaknesses to gain the upper hand. Split Fiction is a game that caters to fans of both action-packed gameplay and narrative depth, making it one of the most intriguing titles on the list.
These tasks are all that hard, they just take patience.
From chaos to calm, Wanderstop is here at number 9 to give us all a much-needed breath of fresh air. This cozy, open-ended adventure game is like a warm hug after a long day, set in a quaint, picturesque town that feels like it's been pulled straight out of a storybook. Wanderstop is all about exploring, connecting with quirky characters, and unraveling the town's whimsical mysteries. What makes Wanderstop so special is its emphasis on player-driven storytelling. You're not just completing quests, you're crafting your own narrative. Maybe you'll spend your days restoring an abandoned shop, brewing magical potions, or helping a lost traveler find their way. Or maybe you'll just wander the gorgeous world, taking in the sights and sounds. The game's art direction deserves its own shout-out. Everything from the lush forest to the glowing lanterns at night feel alive with charm and personality. The soundtrack, pure relaxation. It's the kind of music that makes you want to sit back, sip some tea, and forget about the real world for a while. Wanderstop might not be the loudest game on this list, but it's certainly one of the most heartfelt.
Running. This is good for me. I need to enjoy this.
If you thought Obsidian's The Outer Worlds was a good game, then you'll be sure to love the next game on this list at number 8, Avowed. This RPG is set in the sprawling world of Eora, the same universe that brought us Pillars of Eternity. But this time Obsidian isn't holding back. They've crafted a deep living world where your choices shape everything. Your alliances, your destiny, and even the land itself. The game looks a lot like Baldur's Gate 3 in my opinion, so maybe they're going for that kind of choice-based story system. But hopefully it has its own quirks aside from the gameplay. The game comes with a new and refined combat system, blending fluid swordplay and magic. Kind of Skyrim style, which is cool. The game lets you build your own character from the ground up, tailoring your abilities to match your playstyle. So if you prefer slicing through enemies with a glowing blade, or launching devastating fireballs, the level of customization here looks to be pretty massive. But it's not just about combat. Avowed is rich in lore, and you'll be uncovering hidden stories, ancient relics, and forgotten histories at every turn. We'll be interested to see how this game does when it releases early 2025.
Let's put the entire history of the world into a game and make it fun.
Civilization VII is taking the grand strategy genre to new heights at number 7, building upon the legacy of its predecessors while introducing innovative features that make it feel fresh. The beauty of this game lies in its attention to detail. Every move you make as a ruler has consequences, whether it's managing your economy, cultivating diplomacy, or waging wars. What sets Civilization VII apart from other entries in the series is the introduction of dynamic maps. No two games will ever play out the same, thanks to advanced terrain generation, climate shifts, and evolving ecosystems. You'll have to carefully balance your expansion and sustainability. Rivers dry up, forests grow, and trade routes change depending on your decisions. The AI in this installment is also set to be far more sophisticated, giving you real rivals to contend with. They won't just blindly accept your demands or fall into predictable patterns. They'll adapt to your strategies and forge their own alliances, making diplomacy feel more alive than ever before. It's the return of a fan-favorite co-op franchise, Killing Floor 3. Known for its fast-paced survival gameplay, this installment dials up in a genre that's been heating up of late. Picture this, waves of grotesque bioengineered monstrosities, better known as Zeds, coming at you in high-definition horror. The Unreal Engine 5 visuals make every splatter and explosion feel visceral. What I think really stands out this time around is the deeper progression system. You're not just mowing down enemies for fun, although there's plenty of that. You're customizing your character's abilities and gear to fit your style. So if you want to be the medic who saves the team at the last second, you can. Or, if you want to play more of a tank role, there's that too. This should be a fun game to start off the year.
The state-of-the-art atom plant has transformed this rugged landscape into the envy of its northern neighbors.
At number 5, we have Atomfall. Post-apocalyptic games have a way of pulling you into their bleak, desolate worlds. But this game seems to take it to a whole new level. In this game, you'll find yourself in a radioactive wasteland, where survival isn't guaranteed. It's about finding a reason to keep going.
Temporary quarantine, they said? It's been bloody years.
The thing that sets Atomfall apart is its emphasis on storytelling through environmental details. As you traverse this ruined world, every building you enter, every piece of debris you encounter, tells a story. It's a world that feels lived in, but also devastated by years of radiation and decay. And while survival is key, it's not just about finding food and water. It's about uncovering the truth behind the disaster that changed everything. The combat is pretty raw and unforgiving, with guns that kick back with a punch and enemies that are just as desperate as you are. But it's the atmosphere, the way this game drips with tension at every turn, that really makes Atomfall a pretty unique experience in the survival genre.
Incredible! I've never heard of a Karatnoth herd this big before.
At number 4, Monster Hunter Wilds brings us back to the heart-pounding thrill of hunting massive creatures in untamed wilderness. This time the focus is on exploring ancient, vibrant ecosystems teeming with life, and danger at every corner. From lush new forests and icy tundras, Wilds adds more versatility and detail to the game. What makes Wilds stand out is the sheer scale of the monsters. These aren't just mindless beasts, they're intricate creatures with their own behavior, ecosystems, and weaknesses. You'll need to learn their patterns, predict their movements, and carefully strategize each hunt. And when you finally bring one down, that's when the real satisfaction kicks in. The combat itself is refined, combining quick reflexes with precision timing. Whether you're using swords, bows, or heavy hammers, the balance between offense and defense is crucial. But it's not all solo work. Co-op gameplay is just as rewarding, allowing you to team up with friends to take on the biggest monsters together. Monster Hunter Wilds is shaping up to be a must-play for anyone who loves action-packed adventures and the thrill of victory against overwhelming odds. Can't wait to see how this one plays out. Now for a game we can't wait to get our hands on. Coming soon at number 3, it's Metal Gear Solid 3, Delta. This is a full-scale remake of a classic, bringing one of gaming's most beloved stories into the modern era. The original Snake Eater was a masterpiece in stealth, storytelling, and atmosphere, and now we're getting a beautifully reimagined version that promises to honor its legacy while adding fresh, modern touches. This remake doesn't just update the visuals, it enhances every aspect. The environments are more alive than ever, with detailed foliage, richer textures, and dynamic weather systems that create a realistic jungle. They have remastered the game's excellent audio too, pulling you deeper into the experience with every footstep and distant growl. You're not just hiding in the shadows, you're using the environment, distractions, and carefully planning to outsmart your enemies. It's a game where patience pays off, and every encounter feels tense and satisfying. Whether you're a longtime fan of the series or new to Metal Gear Solid, Delta is shaping up to be a visual and gameplay masterpiece that's not to be missed. At number 2, Assassin's Creed Shadows takes us into the mysterious world of feudal Japan, a setting that feels both familiar and fresh at the same time. This new installment focuses heavily on stealth, honor, and legacy, blending the franchise's open-world exploration with refined, precision-driven assassinations. Releasing 20th of March 2025, the game is set in a beautifully realized version of Japan. It seems the developers are trying to capture the essence of these ancient landscapes, something we've seen done successfully in a lot of other titles in recent memory. We're talking serene mountain temples to bustling samurai villages, while also delving into darker hidden realms. Shadows challenges you to master the art of the silent strike, using the shadows in the environment to your advantage. Combat is fluid, with new tools and abilities that let you switch between quick, decisive strikes and long-range stealth attacks. And with a deeper focus on customization, you'll be able to tailor your assassin's skills and gear to your playstyle. Whether you prefer a swift, lethal approach or a more methodical, tactical strategy. What really makes Shadow stand out, though, is its storytelling. The narrative dives deep into themes of honor, betrayal, and the clash between tradition and progress. It's an Assassin's Creed experience that feels mature and gripping, making it one of the more anticipated games of the year.
All we have to do is deliver a letter to Lord Otto von Berghoff and ride back again.
At number 1, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is back with an even more immersive and realistic medieval experience. After the success of the first game, this sequel takes everything that made the first game great, historical authenticity, complex choices, and gritty combat, and doubles down on it with much more complexity, as well as bigger budgets. This time around, you'll be stepping into a world that feels more realistic than ever. The Kingdom of Bohemia is vibrant, bustling with townsfolk going about their daily lives, farmers tending to their crops, and merchants haggling over goods. But beyond the beauty lies danger. Noble houses vying for power, bandits lurking in the shadows, and political intrigue at every corner. The gritty and realistic combat system has been significantly refined, making it both fun and challenging, whether you're wielding a sword, picking up a bow, or even using your surroundings to gain an upper hand. Every battle feels brutal and rewarding, and your choices, they carry weight, affecting the story in ways that feel personal and impactful. Let's hope this one delivers when it releases in February. We can't wait for this one. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is shaping up to be a standout RPG for those who crave depth, realism, and a world that feels alive with possibilities. There you have it. There's our top 10 games coming out in the first half of 2025. Check out our next video, the 15 best RPG games you can play right now, and I'll see you in the next one.